Blessings, beloveds. This is Amanda Amethyst, and I'm bringing you a lunar tarot scope for the time period between the new moon in Capricorn on January 9th, 2016, and the full moon in Leo on January 23rd, 2016. Pretty awesome and exciting time period, very fast paced, a lot of things happening. It's pretty awesome, as usual. So I wanted to share with you some upcoming events that I've got going on. On Saturday, January 9th, I will be in Florida in Tallahassee at the Tallahassee Mystic Fair at United Church in Tallahassee, Florida from 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. If you're in that area and want to come see me, please come on down. Also, an online event coming up at the end of the month, also on a Saturday, January 30th. I'll be participating as a workshop presenter in the Shine Online Festival, which is taking place from 12 noon till 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can find out more information about that at www.projectbringmetolife.com. It's put on by Project Bring Me to Life. So again, the website for that is www.projectbringmetolife.com. Pretty excited about that one. It's a free online festival, and I'm going to be sharing a healing session to realign us all. It's called Align with Your Divine Blueprint. So that's a pretty awesome thing that we can share in together. I'm also available for personal readings as well as energy healing sessions, workshop presentations, sound healing group events, and a whole lot of other beautiful things. The best way to contact me right now is through nectarofthegoddesstemple@gmail.com. So nectar, Nectar of the goddess temple@gmail.com. Okay, so getting back towards the reading, some of the messages that have been coming through to me are the importance of mothers and mothering. So ourselves, birthing projects or birthing actual children, the connection to and healing of our own womb space, which is our cosmic connection to all that is, to divine inspiration, to creativity, to power, to life force energy. Also, with mothers comes the nurturing energy, the feeling of fullness and ripeness, having these projects or beings within us, and knowing that we are fertile to receive the seeds of new inspiration at this time. Also, along with motherhood comes the sensitivity to the needs of others. And this leads us right into relationships, because many of us have issues with our own relationships to our own mothers. So having the ability to view our relationships for what they actually are, which is always a divine expression of love. All of our relationships are divine expressions of love. Even those relationships which we find to be triggering or which we feel averse to and want to distance ourselves from, these ones are especially important to remember and to see as divine encounters between souls who ultimately love each other very deeply. Keep in mind that it's not easy to show up in someone else's life as a perpetrator or as a negative or hurtful influence. This can assist us in remaining in a state of compassion as much as possible during these types of quote-unquote negative encounters. Those who honor their soul contracts with you and their commitments to you in this way are showing up for you, just the same as those who are in your life and showing up in a way that we perceive to be more positive as supporters and allies. So this is not to advocate accepting or allowing treatment or behaviors into your life that are not in your highest good. That is not what I'm saying. What I am saying is to have the ability to recognize that each relationship in our life is a divine encounter and is ultimately for our highest good, allows us to more quickly move into a space of love and to remain in a place of love, which will ultimately serve our highest good. So please do continue to choose your highest good in all situations. Or please begin to do so now. Choose your highest good in all situations. This, of course, starts with an honest assessment of where you're at and what your feelings. I feel like this flower is falling. Where you're at and what does feel like your highest good. So, are you even in a place where you can answer the question, is this in my highest good? Other things which have been coming through for this time period are the importance of commitments and perseverance. It's coming up for a lot of people right now. Many of us see the beginning of the new year in the Gregorian calendar, so for example, the beginning of the year 2016, as a new cycle. It's a culturally agreed upon phenomenon. So whether or not we personally find this to be relevant, there is still a collective energy associated with this period of time, and we can choose to capitalize on this energy and on this period of time, especially now during the new moon, and especially since it is in Capricorn as well. We can take time for reflection to look back upon all of our achievements, all of our growth, and all of our successes of the past year. And also to revisit our goals and to reevaluate whether or not these goals are still our highest priority and adjust as necessary. So recommit to yourself, recommit to your practices, to your relationships, to your business, and release attachment to those things which are no longer high priorities for you or which are no longer aligned with your highest good. I've also been receiving some pretty direct connection and messages from certain angels who wish for me to speak to for them to you. The angel Raphael has been a very strong presence in my life lately, and he shares with us his strength and his commitment to serving the highest good as divine warriors. So sometimes the highest good is not what we would choose. It doesn't feel like it's necessarily what we want to do all the time. Sometimes it does, and that's great. And sometimes it's not necessarily what we would choose to do. It's not what we want to do. But we can recognize if something is in the highest good or not, and take action on that which is in the highest good. That's what we're here for ultimately, is to serve the highest good of all beings, not just of ourselves. And I'm realizing that this is contradictory to something that I said earlier in this very video, which was choosing your highest good at all times. And so in that particular case, I was speaking about choosing to take care of ourselves and choosing not to accept treatment which is not good for us, which is not aligned with our highest path. In this case, now I'm speaking of choosing a path of service and realizing that that which is in the highest good of all is also in our highest good. Hopefully that is a little clarifying. So back to the angel Raphael. He is also the divine healer, and he is reminding us now of the extreme importance of caring for our physical bodies and our auric fields as well, so that we can maintain the vigor, the power, the energy necessary to complete all of our worldly functions, which we are here to do. The angel Samael, bears the instruction to us he's quite an intense angel. He bears the instruction to us to destroy all that remains of our ego selves so that we may fulfill the divine will of God, of Creator. It's very powerful energy coming through for the angel Samael, which I very much appreciate at this time. Softer energy has also been making its presence known to me. The angel Shamael joins us and brings in this softer energy of warm golden light and offers us a meditation and a practice that we can wrap ourselves in golden folds of light, like a soft blanket of golden light. So if you're feeling any fear or discomfort or dis-ease, unease in any way, the angel Shamael reminds you that you can call upon this angel or whichever angel you feel closest to, or just ask for support of angels. And this magical elixir, this golden light blanket, will comfort and support you. and know that you are held in the arms of angels. You are doing such a good job, and there's yet much work to be done, so keep on going, my beloved ones. It's a message directly from the angels to all of us. For this reading, I'll be using the Fifth Tarot, which is a deck created by Martine and Teresina Bakens, my teachers. It's attuned to the energies of the fifth dimensional earth. You can learn more about this, get certified, and get a deck for yourself at thefifthtarot.com. Really amazing deck. So I've asked for guidance and support for that which is in all of our highest goods and the greatest good of all, that is from the time period between the new moon in Capricorn on January 9th, 2016, and the full moon in Leo on January 23rd, 2016. I'm going to pull 3 cards. The first card has come out. And here's the second card, pops right out. And then this card is the third card. Also going to pull a card from the Angels of Atlantis Sound Healing Oracle deck, which was created by Stuart Pearce for some continued angelic guidance, because I feel that they are still wishing to speak more to us. Such a blessing. Here we go. Here it is. Okay. So our first card, which we received from the tarot deck, is the Two of Shells Enrichment. Shells is the water suit. It's really beautiful. I'm sitting right by the water here in Tallahassee, Florida. Two of Shells Enrichment. This is a relationship card. This is also a reflection card. This is reminding me a little bit of part of the message we were speaking about earlier. Recognizing that all of our relationships are reflections of love, our loving relationships. This in particular is speaking about relationships on several levels at once. So this could be a romantic partnership, this could be a business partnership, this could be a friendship, this could be a spiritual connection that you're having with somebody. This really does feel like reflecting externally. So recognizing that you're drawing to you the reflections which are most beneficial to you at this time. And this could be any type of relationship, but it really does feel like quote unquote external. So another being, another person, another being. Could be an animal companion. But knowing also that this is happening on this plane of existence, and it's also being mirrored in other dimensions as well, or perhaps other lifetimes. This could be a person who you've had a relationship to in a past lifetime, and now you're together again in this new lifetime, and you have the choice to perhaps repeat a similar pattern or to choose something new. So expansiveness, enrichment, recognizing how all of these relationships in our lives, and this one particular relationship, perhaps it is a relationship with your mother, perhaps it is a relationship like the ones we were speaking about earlier, which doesn't feel like a positive relationship, doesn't feel like something that you necessarily want to be connected to anymore. This is asking you to take a look beneath the surface at what's really being shown to you here. What lesson is being shown to you here that is ultimately for your highest good? And also to bring awareness that, if we don't deal with our lessons the first time they come, they'll just keep popping up in different ways, and sometimes in more intense ways. So recognizing that this is an opportunity for you to go a little bit deeper into yourself and into your own wholeness and your own healing, and to really face these things and address them as they come up. Beautiful card. Also a lot of high heart chakra color energies with the pink and the green, and blue, expressing ourselves, expressing in this relationship, really recognizing that the two of you are having this interaction, whatever it may be, on the surface level. And you're seeing that surface level interaction, but also having the awareness that each of you are going through things that the other doesn't necessarily see or understand. You've got these internal, subconscious, inner child, perhaps things from the past, perhaps emotional attachments. There's something else going on beneath the surface. So have extra compassion. Take extra time to center yourself in a place of love in this interaction. And really, when you're speaking to this person, or to anybody really, to really ground yourself in love and choose to speak in a way that is loving as much as you can, out of compassion for what this other being is going through, and also out of integrity, out of how do I want to interact in this world? What energies do I wish to put forth into this world? Align with your higher self, with your with your inner child, and with who you actually truly are, which is love. Second card, one of fire, creativity. Kundalini, flame, serpent. The serpent has been coming up so much lately for me and for several other people. So also the serpent with Adam and Eve, this temptation, this divine knowledge, this divine feminine, sexual, kundalini, fire energy. I've had several discussions lately about reclaiming original sin and rewriting that story. So is there something that you feel is a deeply seated negative... my friend's dog is chasing a squirrel. It's quite distracting. So is there something which you feel is a deeply seated issue for you, like your quote-unquote original sin? Maybe it's time to re-examine that story. What I was specifically speaking about with a sister friend of mine was the female need to speak her truth and to divine feminine. So it's not her and him per se, but we're speaking of divine feminine and divine masculine. So this inner feminine need to really be truthful with ourselves about what we are feeling and experiencing, and to express it openly without this fear of rejection. And for the masculine parts of ourselves to really take responsibility for actions which they chose to do, and not to blame the other, not to blame the feminine, like, oh, I was seduced, oh, she did this to me. Taking responsibility for the actions which we choose to take, and listening and accepting the other as well. That's what we were speaking of when we were speaking of the serpent. This is also about our kundalini and our sexual energy, and really right use of sexual energy, and the use of our sexual energy to express creatively. So keeping that in mind, moving that energy up into ourselves and expressing it however we choose to do that in this world. Could be art, could be writing, it could be dancing, it could be your work, whatever your work is. Really knowing that you have that ability to create from this infinite well of creativity, which is your kundalini energy, your sexual life force, your life force energy that flows through and without you, attracts others to you, using that energy to create that which you are inspired divinely to express into this world, and knowing that you have that ability to create. Next card, 3 of fire, spontaneity. So that's interesting. We've got a 1, 2, 3. 3 of fire, spontaneity. Knowing what lights your fire, knowing what feels good to you, what brings you joy, and allowing for enough flexibility in your life to sometimes be spontaneous and to follow that which does excite your passion and ignite your inner fires. What feels really juicy to you? Yum. Be sure to give yourself enough time and energy to follow that juiciness, to express that juiciness and see where it leads you. And lead you on a magical adventure. Beautiful. So the total of these cards is a 6, which is, of course, the divine love number, sacred geometry, which is reminding me of something that I was meant to share with you earlier, which I forgot earlier. It has to do with a lot of the things the angels were telling us, and also with coming from this place of authenticity, our divine blueprint is sacred geometry. We can connect with this sacred geometry, and I really hope that you'll join us on the Shine Online Festival January 30th for my Aligning with Your Divine Blueprint session. That's going to be really fabulous. Then there was another angel who wished to connect with us, the angel Gabrielle Grace. So knowing that we have these beautiful strong wings to fly on, to glide on, we are grace, we are ease, and even as we are following this path of the warrior and fulfilling our divine roles on this plane, we can do so with grace and with ease. Invoking more grace into our lives is something that we can each do every single day. And I will take a look in the little booklet. Gabrielle Grace. Chant Om 3 times and you will feel grace surging through every neural pathway. So this is what I will leave you with, is 3 chants of Om. I hope that you'll join me as well. What I like to do is to take a deep breath in and then to breathe out deeply and just expel all the air out of my body. And I'll take one more deep breath in and Om on the exhale, and I'll do that 3 times. Blessings, namaste. I love you so much. Thank you for being here and for all that you are and all that you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Inviting more grace and ease in the Archangel Gabriel. Oh.